Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we're taking a look at the latest two releases from the Corgi Model Club. That's the Superior Ambulance on the Cadillac chassis and the Volkswagen 1200 in East African Safari trim. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's take a look. Okay then, so here we are, the Superior Ambulance on a Cadillac chassis. Battery operated, flashing roof lights, spring suspension, steering wheel and seats. Okay, and this was Corgi 437. Glidomatic spring suspension. Okay, let's get him out of the box. Okay, so there's a little bit of foam at the top here to stop it banging against the sides here. Let's just roll them out. And a little bit on top and a little instruction booklet. So I take away the foam first of all. Let's just have a little look at the instructions then. I guess this is because it comes with a battery. Unscrew the screw at the front axle of the product with a small screwdriver. Pinch the battery holder sides at the points marked with arrows and pull. I see, yeah, check the polarity marked at the base. I see. Just actually asking you to unscrew it underneath. Here we are, and pop a battery into it. Well, there we are. A 1AA battery into the compartment. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to have this one on display. It's not like I'm going to be actually using it as a toy, but we will assume that the flashing mechanism works absolutely fine. But yeah, it's a nice looking car, this. So first of all, it's actually a little bit bigger than some of the ones we've had just lately. We've had quite a lot of smaller die-cast cars, and I honestly don't remember seeing this one ever. Even, you know, when I've trawled the toy fairs and that, I don't really remember seeing that one. Just looking at the front here, there's a tiny little bit of, it's like a paint wear. It looks like it's come off with my fingernail there. There's a little bit of a mark from the factory possibly. And there is a little on the blue here going under there. You can see it's sort of ever so slightly gone over the rim, but I mean, I suppose the original toys had a little bit of that, didn't they, in all honesty. You can sort of see it there as well. The side edges is just a touch gone over where the mask hasn't quite covered up the side of the car there, but really is very, very nice. It's heavy as well. This is sort of a heavy car that we've not seen for a while, and I suppose if you get the light inside as well, the battery inside for the light, it's going to be even heavier. So quite a chunky sort of car, that one. So let's look at the certificate here. Number 3056. I believe these had 5,000 runs initially. Superior Ambulance on the Cadillac chassis, Corgi 437. When the ambulance was first introduced by Corgi in 1962, it was revolutionary, featuring a battery-operated emergency light. UK buyers had never seen anything like it before. What's more, the illumination was additionally transferred to the model's front and rear roof lights via Corgi's innovative Transo light system. To British schoolboys in the early 60s who would have been used to ambulances from more traditional marques such as Bedford and Austin, this streamlined, superior-bodied design would have seemed like something from the future. A red liveried version was produced until 1966, after which the model was repainted in this new and much rarer pale blue and white variant. And that's what that one is. I have to say, looking at the box compared to the actual model, I think I would have preferred the red one. It just looks a little bit more snazzy, you know what I mean? Even so, I mean, I guess being on the Cadillac product, we would never have seen this these in the UK. So yeah, one of those slightly slightly odd American issues that they've released, and obviously this is all part of Corgi's heritage, so I don't mind them. It's just I don't know, it's an unusual choice, shall we say. That's all you can really say about that one. It's a bit of an unusual one. It does display very, very well though, so we'll pop that one over there just in the corner, and we'll get the next one, which is one I've been actually looking forward to for quite some time. It's the Volkswagen 1200 in East Africa Safari trim, and quite a big one it is too. Now, my first impression, as soon as I got this out of the box, I thought the box looks a bit washed out, the artwork looks washed out. I was expecting, if you look at this one here with a nice deep dark red, this just seems like they've got an original, and the original possibly was a bit worn or some faded, and that's what they've taken this original illustration from. If it was me, I would have just ramped up the contrast, so bring that red right out as much as possible, because that to me looks very, very faint. I mean, obviously I've not got an original to compare it to, but just my first impressions on that. So it says true scale steering, opening boot and bonnet, a detailed engine and luggage, and a rhinoceros. Fantastic. It's much, much bigger, this one. So it's one of those you can steer the car by the tyre on the roof. There we go. It's got the opening bonnet illustration there, and it is a VW, so we should be pleased, because we all like VW in any form. I certainly do. Let's try and get this one open without damaging it. There we are. Now, this looks like it's got a display base as well, which I just love those. They are just superb. So let's slide them out. Ooh, there we are. So that's all right. Let's get a couple of cardboard pieces to keep this in place. So that one goes over the bonnet, and that one goes around the front. And look at this. So it's even got a little diorama at the back here. Now, first impressions straight away. You can see my box has been crushed there. So the car is in place, but the front box there sadly has been a little bit crushed, which is a shame. How that's happened, I don't know, but it is what it is. So we'll take that out. So look at that. Very, very nice for the backdrop. We haven't had many of those. We had the James Bond car, didn't we? But this is the first one for a while that we've had with these. And of course, back in the day, any little instructions in that would have been kept in that little sort of drawer there, little envelope. Okay, so this bit I imagine just pops off, does it? Yeah, there we are. And then look at that. Now that's what you call a nice bright red car, you know what I mean? So there's the opening front bonnet. That's all right, although I think I'm going to have that one shut. And then the rear bonnet here, where the engine was. Of course, in these VW Beetles, the engine was in the boot and the storage was in the front. Got a little Nairobi sticker on the back there, number 18. And there we are. We can see the wheel mechanism there for when you're steering it, which was always a cool little feature, wasn't it? Yeah, you can see the wheels sort of moving around there. That is a lot of fun. That's a good one, that really is quite stunning. And well, it fits on its base, on its display base, but you have to have the wheels turned at an angle like that. And then come to this rhinoceros figure. So we had a surfboard a little while back, didn't we, with the Mini Countryman. And this one is also got a little plastic rhinoceros, like the original. There we are. And he has his own spot, by the look of it, in there, something like that. Yeah, so you can pop his feet in, so he stays in. So you can display it sort of like that. I think that's really, really nice. I really do. Well, let's have a look at this certificate here, which is behind the box here. This is really quite an involved little die cast, isn't it? So let's have a look here. The Corgi Model Club Volkswagen 1200 in East Africa Safari trim. Corgi 256. My number is 4193. Corgi's first modelling of the iconic Beetle pulled out all the stops. This was their first ever Beetle. Presented in deluxe packaging Complete with a plastic rhino charging the hapless rally car, the model went on to sell in numbers in excess of 760,000. Wowee, that's incredible. Packed with features, it was given both an opening boot and bonnet, each lifting to reveal some impressive plastic detailing. Best of all, the model could be steered via a spare wheel mounted on the roof. The look was completed by East African rally stickers and decals. Launched in 1965, the model stayed in the Corgi range until 1968. 2 years later, Corgi used the same casting for a police version, which was Corgi 492, which cleverly used the spare wheel's hole in the roof for an emergency light. Wowee, that, I think, is one of the best ones we've seen in quite a while. That really is very, very nice indeed. That is really an attractive model, that one. And I can imagine getting this in the 60s. It must have been superb with all these different mechanisms. And particularly the steering, that part of it is excellent. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Well, there we are. Don't they look two really, really displayable, fantastic little die-casts? Very, very good indeed. And I just love the ones with the backdrops. I hope they do some more of those. Although a little disappointed with that little kink in my one there, but really, it's not the end of the world. I don't mind it too much. Now, I'm about to move this week all my Matchbox toys into a dedicated cabinet, which means that all my Corgi ones and all the ones coming out over the next few years, I've got plenty of room to expand the collection because they're starting to really take shape now, as you can see. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed looking through the latest two Corgi Model Club releases. Do check the back catalogue because I've done every one chronologically as they've been coming out. Every other month I've been releasing a video. So if you want to see some of the ones that have been released up to this point, please go and check that playlist out. Thanks very much for watching today. Do hit that subscribe button if you've not already for regular vintage diecast coverage. And I shall look forward to seeing you again very soon.